Teachers of Reddit, what was the best excuse for being late that turned out to be true? A kid's apartment burned down overnight. He was a little late, but still came. Told me he got pulled over by the cops for wobbly driving on his bike and they thought he was drunk. Turned out he was just dodging all the slugs on the street. One of my organ students told me he was late arriving for his lesson because he got stuck behind a lengthy funeral procession en route to the cemetery. I knew he was telling the truth because I had played the organ for the service earlier that morning and the church was packed. A kid missed my first period class one morning, but was in school later that day. When I asked him why he hadn't arrived in time for my course, he said his cow was birthing its calf that morning, so he'd picked being in the barn over English. Made sense to me. His essays weren't going to win any ribbons at the county fair, but his calf could. Not a teacher but a friend said his house blew away. Apparently. Tornado.
Girlfriend being under anesthesia made me realize how lucky I am. I, male 23, never got taken seriously by women. I always ended up getting friend-zoned or got told, "It's not you, it's me." I never thought I was ugly, but being rejected did make me feel less attractive. I feel like I have relatively nice facial features. I'm a chubbier guy, not obese or anything, just got a bit of a dad bod going on. My girlfriend, female 22, is so beautiful both inside and out. She is honestly out of my league. We have been dating for a little over a year. She compliments me. I honestly sometimes feel like she's just being nice and doesn't truly feel that way even though it's been over a year. Yesterday she had a surgery. It was 4 hours long and she got put under some pretty strong anesthesia. When girlfriend was awake and I got to see her, she seen me and said, "It's my beautiful boyfriend," and had a huge smile on her face. The nurse told me my girlfriend been taking about me since she first woke up. Then a little while late, she was just staring at me with the cutest smile. I asked, "What are you thinking about?" She said, "Just appreciating how gorgeous you are." Throughout the day she would randomly say, "I love you," or, "You're so handsome." She doesn't remember anything. I think this helped me realize that my girlfriend does find me attractive, which makes me feel so happy.
The asshole for eating a meat burger with extra bacon in front of my sister-in-law? My 23F sister-in-law, 28F, is vegetarian and is very proud of that. I am not. I love eating meat occasionally. Well, we went out with her partner and my husband to eat. While we were deciding what to order, she started to complain how much meat the restaurant offered and how the poor animals suffered and how none of us should eat meat. I seriously didn't really listen. I was too focused on the menu. And had been craving a burger with bacon for weeks. So the waiter comes up to take our order and I order a burger with extra bacon. It was delicious and satisfied my craving. After the meal she pulls me aside to tell me what an asshole I am for eating extra bacon and meat right after she told me that we should not eat meat. I told her that my food choice did not include her and that I wasn't really listening to her when I order my food. She was really mad and told my husband and her family, and her other brother texted me. She also did. How childish and messed up I was to order meat just to show her she sucks. And that I should apologize. Am I the asshole? Doctors and nurses who have delivered babies to mothers who clearly cheated on their partner. What was that like? Had a patient who came into ER for urinary tract infection with her boyfriend of 4 months as words. She was 19. Acting extremely dramatic for just having urinary tract infection. We tell her we need urine. She urges us to cath her, which is really unusual, but she says she can't pee, so me and other nurse assume the position to put in a catheter with her lying on the gurney. At this point nurse screams, "Call labor and delivery." She's crowning. Labor and delivery nurse gets in just in time to grab the child as it shoots out into her hands and is a living, breathing baby. The girl swears she had no idea she was pregnant. They wheel her off to postpartum and the guy is just kind of left standing there. Dumbstruck. We have only been dating for 4 months. I had no idea she was pregnant. She never mentioned it at all. As he just buried his head in his knees while he was sitting on the floor against the hallway wall. I felt so bad for the guy.
I'm a chef and I've been living a lie about the quality and authenticity of my food. I'm a personal chef for upper-class family in the US with a multi-million-dollar house. When I first started cooking for them, I made elaborate dishes that took hours to make. They didn't like it. I once messed up a dish and had to remake it really quickly, so I took a few shortcuts to make sure it was still tasty. A normally 12-hour dish, I made a quick version of in less than 30 minutes using vinegar instead of red wine. They said it was the tastiest thing they ever ate. It reminded them of the times they were traveling through some European mountains. They even had me prepare larger meals for parties or events, and they'd claim it was authentic French or Italian food. They'd ask me what combination of flour I used to make the pasta that was so clearly handmade. It was 99-cent box pasta from Walmart. Or how the food tastes so much better when sauces are freshly made with raw ingredients when it's really mayonnaise plus ketchup or some other dumb combination of common condiments. I just smile and nod. A part of me feels guilty, but not guilty enough. What's the meanest thing you've done and not regretted? I live in Venezuela and went to a shitty public school, so when time came for my class to learn English, it was pretty shocking for all of my classmates to learn that I already knew the language I was taught at home by my father. My English teacher, however, didn't buy it. She insisted I was cheating, and every time we had to take a test, she would isolate me from the others so that I wouldn't copy them, which made no sense since the others were barely passing the class. She was openly hostile to me at any given chance, be it during class or in the halls. At one point she actually started yelling at me in the middle of class. It was horrible, and I finally asked what she had against me. She told me, "You want me to believe you already speak English when that's an obvious lie. You're black. Your father is black. You people are not smart enough to speak 2 languages." The whole class went silent, which made my answer of "you fucking hole" sound incredibly loud. I stomped out of the classroom to call my parents. It didn't dawn on me what I did until the next day when all my classmates were fussing over me, since it was the first time they heard my nerdy, quiet self utter a rude word.